Look, I've had a lot of people asking me, why haven't you done anything or said anything about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial? You're supposed to be anti-fringe. Why aren't you talking about it? And like I said with my show since the beginning, is that I want to provide something different. I want to provide something that no one's talking about. I want to find stories of obvious things that affect you and me every day that no one is talking about. I just don't want to be another podcast that you listen to that's saying the same story that everyone's talking about. Why be that? That makes no sense. And so I haven't commented on the Kyle Rittenhouse trial because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not the person to talk to or listen to. But I saw something today that I do know what I do know about. I do know about well. And I was watching the trial today, and I saw this moment with Kyle Rittenhouse. And it made me think and reflect on this trial and something I could actually talk about. Because as I've always said, I've listened to the trial and I've listened to everything going on. And I don't think I think it's a kid walking into a situation, protecting businesses. Maybe he probably shouldn't have been there, but he did it anyways. He stood up for people. He became an adult to those who aren't adults. Whether he should have been there or not, whatever. And obviously, after yesterday's trial, where the defendant said that he pulled out a gun to point at Kyle Rittenhouse, and Kyle fired in defense, essentially. That should have been an end of trial. Again, I'm not the person, but I can talk about this. And I will talk about this. As Kyle Rittenhouse being asked to relive his moment, to relive the day and the time of the shooting, and relive the life-threatening circumstance in which the other guy, Rosenbaum, came at him with a gun and said, "I'm going to effing kill you." I think there's more about him cutting his heart out and all kinds of crazy, insane stuff. And he's been asked to retell the story. And let's watch this as he's been asked to retell the story.
Look over my shoulder, and Mr. Rosenbaum was now running from my right side, and I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski, and there were three people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
That's what That's what I run.
We're going to just take time for our break anyway. You can just relax for a minute, sir. We're going to take a break, about 10 minutes, and please don't talk about the case during the break. Read, watch, or listen.
Watch him breathe. Watch him relive the moment. This is what PTSD looks like. Real PTSD, not like I took a test and I failed and I have to take a test. Oh my God, I'm experiencing PTSD. No, you're just having some anxiety and you're anxious. That's different. This is what real PTSD looks like, because PTSD is an exposure to an actual or a life or threatened death, serious injury, or sexual violence, or more of the following ways. He was experiencing a time in his life where he was threatened to be killed, and then he actually killed. He directly experienced the traumatic event. He witnessed it in person. This is what PTSD looks like. And I don't know how you could watch that and think he was faking. I don't. But needless to say, the tolerant left, as always, he broke down because his entire case hinged on him being able to fake tears at the moment. He couldn't do it. I'd break down too. I'm sorry, I might go to jail. Poor me. The reaction of Kyle Rittenhouse is intriguing. He has so much time to practice after his arrest. Crocodile tears. Memes. I don't see any tears really breaking down. Let's go to CNN. What happens if every non-police citizen in this country started strapping themselves with AR-15s, accusing to protect the property in its self-defense? Imagine the horror. This is obviously a performance in a play for sympathy. Check it out. Right at the end, just before he took a break, when he should be at the height of his loss of control, he quickly glances over at the jury with eyes. Yes, because when you're crying, you have control and you're looking around and it's embarrassing and you feel vulnerable and you feel weak and you're like a hurting animal who's about to die in front of the masses. You're not this idea that he's okay. I just can't take people. One guy chimes in. As a combat veteran, this is what PTSD looks like. This is absolutely a manifestation of horror, and that is 100% correct. Then this girl who knows everything about PTSD says, no way. I also have PTSD from trauma way worse than looking for trouble. He was acting. I'm sorry. You're dealing with PTSD. We need more awareness. This is what happens when your narrative takes over and you see a story. You see an inference. You see what PTSD looks like. You see a woman crying out for a rape or abuse, and then your bias is so strong that you can't help but take the other side. You can't help but be empathetic towards another freaking human being, especially a kid. I'm tired of people in this country not being empathetic towards one another. I'm serious. I can't take it anymore. It drives me up the wall. Reality hits harder than video games. All lives matter regardless if you agree with the politics. Yes. This is what happens when fearful people have guns. I'm not even going to read this anymore. You call this a breakdown? Even my 7-year-old daughter acts better than him. Not a tear dropped. Again, I'm not commenting on the legality of this case. I'm not commenting on, because I'm not a lawyer. But from what I've seen and the stuff I've seen out of the trial, I think he should walk free. But, you have politics in today's culture now. You have somebody filming the jury as a form of intimidation, which is a freaking federal crime, apparently. But, that's where we're at as a country, right? If the narrative doesn't fit, you must acquit. If you watch this video of Kyle crying, weeping, being asked to relive the moment, and your first thought is fake, not real, you're psychotic. It doesn't make any sense. And let's not forget when Joe Biden put out a tweet. I feel like I need to find it on air. Joe Biden tweet about Kyle. Kyle Rittenhouse. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Don't you love? Oh, and it's the worst picture ever. God. All right. What? Oh, here it is. Okay, there's no way to put it. President of the United States refused to disavow white supremacists. Was calling Kyle a white supremacist. You have the President of the United States, whether it's him or his social media team, it doesn't matter, using him as the picture of white supremacy. You had GoFundMe taking down his things, being kicked off of social media, people not being allowed to comment on this trial. You had President Biden come out and speak that said, you know what, the facts are overwhelming before the case even got started. This kid has been painted as some kind of crazy MAGA hat wearing white supremacist, homophobe, running in with a gun, just shooting willy-nilly like it's a Call of Duty game, as they talked about that today. As before this event even happened, he was wiping down graffiti for a couple hours. This guy was running around doing medical services for people. He's not a medic, but he fixed somebody's ankle and he was putting out fires. This doesn't sound like a guy who has a plan to go out and shoot people. This is ridiculous. And then when he weeps on stand, people mock it. But we're so divided as a country right now. And that we look at this and it's political as opposed to just looking at the freaking facts. Because of critical race theory, because of the leftists, they want to view everything through the lens of race. So how could this white guy with an AR-15 strapped to him be going around helping people? There's no way. He's psychotic. He's crazy. He should be locked up forever. If you go to my profile, I commented on some people's tweets, like this guy said, or this girl, Tara Dublin, and the same face Kyle Rittenhouse will be making during the first time in prison shower. That's right. Don't you love a good leftist being able to say homophobic things? Because it's okay if you're from the left. You're allowed to do whatever you want. You can be racist too. It's okay. And then this guy, Michael Tracy, whoever counseled Rittenhouse to get on the stand and stage an obviously fake cry meltdown is a total moron. Our country is so divided. Our country is so entrenched in its tribalism that we can't even watch a trial about this without seeing politics, without seeing whatever cultural whatever lens is going on. And we're so divided that we can't even look at facts for facts. Because you know what? Facts have feelings and facts have racial motivations. That road isn't old, it's a racist road. I honestly don't understand how you could watch this video of Kyle crying, and it's a clear example of what PTSD looks like. He's being asked to revisit his trauma. He's being asked to revisit the story. He's being asked to revisit a life-threatening circumstance with a guy pointing a gun at him. He starts weeping because that's what a normal person with PTSD does. Only a psycho can revisit horrors and not break down. I don't care how many months apart from it. And I'm assuming Kyle has not been going to see a therapist, a counselor every day since the event. I wish he would. The way he's breathing, the way he's crying. Look, if you think he's faking, I strongly suggest you check your heart and your mind for the human side of everything. Check your tribalism at the door. Check your politics at the door and just be a gosh darn human for once in your life. You can disagree with the verdict. You can disagree with the trial. You can disagree with why he's there. All you want, that is perfectly fine. But when something is as clear and obvious as a PTSD, emotional reaction to traumatic event, and people are mocking it, check yourself. Seriously, check yourself. I don't have time for people who mock people reliving trauma like this. I don't. You're psychotic. You're insane. You need help. Let me know your thoughts on this trial below. But again, I want my podcast to be different. I want to take different angles. I want to take different views about things. I don't want to just talk about the trial and the facts and stuff like that, because I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a political commentary. So I do political commentary for the Anti-Fringe. And obviously, if you get mad at this video, you're part of the Fringe. You are. I don't know how you deal with yourself. I don't know how you wake up every day and live. I don't. How do you wake up every day, read the news, go about your life? It doesn't make any sense to me that you could be so fringe and so anti-human and anti-emotion, and I just, especially with a kid, like I don't get it. Let me know your thoughts on this, and again, a lot of reasons why I don't comment on cases too is because I don't want to look like the freaking media who come out and say things and call people like a white supremacist when they know nothing about the kid, the story, or what happened. They know nothing. I'm tired of these media companies just coming out and declaring judgment over cases and situations without actually knowing, because it fits their narrative, because it fits their circumstance, or they have one piece of information that's unverified or undisclosed, just one piece of information that creates an entire narrative for them, and they're okay with that. I'm not okay with that. I will always wait for the facts and information to come out. That's why I haven't commented on Ahmaud Arbery case. That's why I didn't comment on George Floyd for so long. It took a long time for me to comment on it. I'm not going to be a channel that just comments on things to feel like I want to be on the cutting edge. You heard it here, folks. I'm the first one to say Kyle is completely innocent. All the other people that commented later, they're losers. They're weak. No, I just didn't know for sure. I don't want to just say something on this show to say something because it fits my agenda, because it fits my narrative. And my narrative, those are people that commented on this case immediately. They had a narrative, they had a bias, they had an agenda in which they wouldn't have put forth because it fit their narrative more. Most of us that are anti-fringe, who just want information, wait till facts and stuff comes out before we make a case. And again, I'm not commenting on this. I'm commenting on this exact moment and how the American people, or at least people on the internet and people that I've heard, are responding to this. Blue check marks. You know, these blue checkmark, amazing, incredible human beings. They're commenting on this case, and they feel justified enough to say things like, this is the same reaction he'll make when he reaches the showers. I just wonder about the direction of America and how broken it is in America and how much it needs help. We need a revolution of humanistic beings again. We just do. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I know I make a lot of jokes on this channel and I make a lot of things. You can say, "Oh, well, you make fun of this." Yeah, but all my stuff is lighthearted. I don't actually mock real things that are edgy and cross the line. That's not my channel. I'm more lighthearted. Some liberal just called me a stupid, childish moron, and she's right. I am childish. All right? I will always be childish, and I like to have fun and poke fun and be silly. I'm sorry. I'm silly. Don't care. It's who I am. It's who I'll always be. I'm 36 years old, and I'm still silly. Get over it. Have a great day. And as always, I'll catch you on the next episode of the Derek O'Shea Show. But let me know your thoughts on this. Seriously. Share this video with your friends and family. I would greatly appreciate that. It would mean a lot to me. Be sure to subscribe. Yeah. Thank you guys. Have a great day. And as always, I'll catch you on the next episode of the Derek O'Shea Show.